Whoa, check it out. Thor's Hammer. Wait, what do you think you're doing?
Oh,
just had that hammer
mate.
rebuilt.
I was just having a look.
Yeah, well you better be sorry. Ben just finished that for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes!
Hello and welcome to BENSWORX. On this week's episode, we're going to try and make Thor's Hammer. I printed out a diagram of all the dimensions of the headstock, so you can see here it's about 215mm long by 139mm high. So I'll be making the headstock out of pine. Now I didn't have a piece big enough, but I do have these 4 pieces which I'll glue together and it should work great. So for the handle, I went to the plumbing section and I found this piece of Galf pipe. Also found these caps that'll screw on, which will be perfect for the end pieces. I also went down to the craft store and I just picked up some fake leather just to wrap the handle in. Now this is nice and thin and hopefully it'll glue on well. So to try and get this metal look on the head, I went down and I bought some aluminium, some primer and some black. So hopefully those 3 together will get us what we're looking for. So my first step is to grab these 4 pieces of timber and we'll join them all together. Now that I've cut the recess underneath, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole to accept the cap, that way I can screw the handle in. Now that I'm waiting for that glue to dry, I'm just going to go ahead and cut these strips up to make the leather handle. So I wasn't too sure what I was going to use to do this, but I found some general trim adhesive in the cupboard, so let's give that a go. Now what I'll do is I'll cut that off and I'll just wrap 2 bits around the top and bottom. That way it'll finish it off. I've let this epoxy cure overnight now and it's really solid, so the next thing I need to do is router these 2 lines that run along the bottom of the hammer. Now I'm just going to do that with my trim router, and I'm just going to put a V-bit in there, and then I'll stick on a temporary fence to run along. The other thing I did was I stuck on the top of the hammer there. So with the original it's a whole heap of different lettering, but I've decided just to put handcrafted by BENSWORX on there, just to be a bit different. That way they know who built it. So now that all the construction is finished, the next thing I need to do is give it a bit of a sand. I'm not going to be too worried about that because I think the hammer needs to have like a bit of damage and a bit of scratches on it just to make it look a bit more authentic. So I'm just going to run a primer first, and then a bit of black, and then a bit of silver over the top. Haven't really done too much of this kind of stuff, so I'm not too sure how well it's going to work out, but we'll just give it a go. You can see here I've tried to use some rough sandpaper just to get some light scratches in there, so we'll see how that works. So now that's done, we're just going to let that dry, and then I've got some aluminium there which I'll go over, and hopefully where I've done the black it'll show different shades up and it should look really good. Well, there you have it guys, Thor's hammer. This thing turned out amazing. I can't even begin to tell you how happy I am with how this thing turned out. When I started this build I had no idea it was going to turn out this good. I wasn't sure how I was going to go doing the scroll work on the ends here, even down to doing the line across the side. I was just unsure, even down to the handle. I just didn't know if I was going to be able to pull it off, but it just turned out amazing. So if you like this video, go ahead, give me a big thumbs up, it really helps me out a lot. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. I put new how-to and build videos out every week. You can also check out my Instagram page, Bens_works. Well, once again guys, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. By the way, this outfit cost me 65 bucks.